Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 1 week later edition of Monday Night Raw. Apologies for not being here last week, folks, but we're back in action, and tonight we come to you live from Royal Oak, Michigan, as this is WWE 2K24 Universe Mode, episode 201. Welcome to the show, folks. I'm Callum, otherwise known as the KO King. Welcome to KO Productions, and most importantly, welcome to Monday Night Raw. We have an action-packed show ahead here for all of you here this evening, so let's waste no further time and get right into the action. Here we go, man. Let's get to work. And tonight we are kicking it off with action here this evening for a spot in Team Raw at Survivor Series in the traditional 4-on-4 men's traditional Survivor Series match, heading Raw versus SmackDown at said show. Already qualified for Team Raw, folks, as of 2 weeks ago on Monday Night Raw, Mr. Money in the Bank, Aleister Black, and the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Who's going to join them? We find out here right now. It could be this man, the man that defeated Brock Lesnar back at SummerSlam, former United States Champion, the Glorious One.
Making his way to the ring from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 235 pounds, Bobby Roode!
That's right, folks. Bobby Roode is here on Raw, and he could be joining the team with Brock Lesnar, the man he defeated at SummerSlam in a big upset victory. Ever since Roode has been on the ascent, he got all the way to the semi-finals of the King of the Ring tournament, losing to AJ Styles back then in Miami on April the 27th. But here tonight, it is a new day and it is a new time for the glorious Bobby Roode to go at it here tonight. He is going to be battling out for a spot on Team Raw, and he has been an absolute staple of the Raw brand, always in heavy matches, big profile affairs here on the Red brand. He is a great get, been a great US champion. He was the inaugural one at that as well, losing it to Finn Balor back at WrestleMania. Let's see how Bobby Roode fares in this one, live on Raw episode 201 of this Universe Mode series. Bobby Roode looking ready for a fight here in our opening contest, but here comes his opponent, former tag team champion over on the Blue brand, now a part of Monday Night Raw. Let's see if he can find better success.
Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing in at 228 pounds, John Moxley!
Look at this, man. Jon Moxley, not a happy boy at all. The purveyor of violence on a losing streak as of late. Last match, I believe we saw him lose to Sami Zayn. But then he picked up a victory over Kofi Kingston as well recently as well. Let's see how he does against the glorious Bobby Roode. Of course, Moxley losing to Zayn in the first round of the King of the Ring tournaments. But right now it is Bobby Roode and Jon Moxley going at it. Of course, Roode defeating Zayn in the quarterfinal stages. But let's see how this one goes. Who is going to Survivor Series to represent their brand on Monday Night Raw? Will it be Bobby Roode or will it be Jon Moxley? Let's not forget, of course, as well, folks, Jon Moxley, if he gets on to Team Raw Survivor Series, let's not forget who's on Team SmackDown, already labelled as the team captain, Seth freaking Rollins. And of course, Seth freaking Rollins, that's coming SmackDown, got a war of attrition with Kevin Owens. And if Owens is able to knock off Rollins, Owens takes Rollins' spot as team captain on Survivor Series, making the King of the Ring winner, Seth Rollins, not be a part of Team SmackDown. And Bobby Roode now, though, taking down Jon Moxley. And he is having some fun here tonight live in Michigan. Big stomp there by Bobby Roode. And look at that back scratch. Not a good stop for Jon Moxley, but Moxley will fighting back. Big shot to the gut. Oh, the glorious one, and kicking out the knee. Down goes Bobby Roode. Former United States champion crashing and burning. Jon Moxley wants to be on the cusp of winning his first singles championship here in this series. Of course, we're a former US champion. He wants to win world title gold this time, however. And Jon Moxley, he's been on the ascent to do so. A big showing here tonight. Getting the win and going on the Survivor Series with a good showing would very well be a good way for Jon Moxley to climb back up the ranks here on Raw. Big dive as well, taking out Roode. Tope cross body by Moxley. He's back in the ring and he's celebrating live. fancying his work here, but there's Mox again. Slingshot crossbody over the top. Roode taken out on the floor. And Jon Moxley, just like that, folks, has changed gear in this contest, but Bobby Roode able to turn it around on the outside. Now Roode now going to send them right in the barricade. Back first, they're now picking him up. Look at this. Oh, wow. Face first hitting that barricade. Surprised Moxley isn't busted open, and now the Glorious One going to send him back into the ring. They're looking to finish this contest off. And up tippy top rope, Mox in trouble. Getting to his feet. Beautiful axe handle off that top. Roode now making the first cover of the match. Well, that's be enough to go to Survivor Series. Shoulders down kick out at 1 by Mox. Chad Patton, our official here this evening, to kick us off live on Monday Night Raw. The referee for the Red Brand. He's watching on in the action as Jon Moxley delivers a Saito suplex on the Glorious One. And now Mox makes his first cover. Leg is hooked, shoulders down, scoring 2 on Roode, who kicks out. And that was surprising there. Moxley got a 2 count. Went for a big shot in the corner off the springboard. And now Bobby Roode able to take advantage. A bit of an instinct from Roode there kicking in. He was making sure he was out of the way of Moxley's springboard attack. But Moxley making sure he was out of the way of that incredible attack from Roode, the elbow drop. But speaking of incredible, big knee trample by Mox. Could get the win here to go to Survivor Series, and a kick out by Bobby Roode at 2. Big knee out of nowhere, running knee trembler by Moxley. Could have decapitated or knocked out Bobby Roode. Big forearm though for Roode, trying to fight back into this one. Going up to the top rope. Jon Moxley, however, right there. Bobby Roode stopping him. And then off the top, Bobby Roode, big flying clothesline off the top. In for the cover now, shoulders down on Mox. To go to Survivor Series. Will it be enough here? 2 count kick out by Moxley. Able to get that shoulder up just barely there. Quite a competitive match tonight on Monday Night Raw. Again, it started live in Michigan. Here this evening, who's going to go to the Survivor Series to join Mr. Money in the Bank? Aleister Black, and of course the Beast Incarnate, the inaugural World Champion here in this series. The Beast Brock Lesnar, the man that Bobby Roode defeated at SummerSlam. Would be a very awkward situation if they're teaming together on the same side. Representing Raw at Survivor Series, but Roode there hitting the Roode Bomb on Mox. Will it do it? And a kick out of the Roode Bomb. Jon Moxley able to stay in it. Roode heading that out of nowhere there. And now it's Bobby Roode looking to wear down Mox, now going after the leg. And we'll see Bobby Roode taking a lot of things out of the Nature Boy, Ric Flair here. Taking it out of the playbook of the Nature Boy. Moxley in trouble here. Figure 4 leg lock cinched in. Chad Patton right there, and Mox able to kick away now. He is free once again, but Moxley picking up Roode, and now Moxley got him where he wants him here. Paradigm Shift, Platinum head first, and a cover now with Mox. Take on a Survivor Series. Will this be enough here? Scoring 2, and no, kick out by Roode. Oh my. Roode is still alive, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what I'm talking about Roode. He's been a great, resilient superstar here this series. But Moxley going to try and make him tap out now. Regal stretch applied. Roode getting out of the harm's way, however. Now Bobby Roode with the right hand. Big kick to the midsection. Roode now looking to finish this one off. Take on a Survivor Series to Jon Black and Lesnar. There's the glorious DDT. Shoots the half now. Hooking the leg, shoulders down. This may do it. Scoring 2. Kick it again by Moxley. Oh man. Great contest tonight. Moxley wants to get back to winning ways, but what the hell is Roode doing? Roode just assaulted the official Chad Patton. Down goes the referee, and this happens more often than I'd like to hope. And more often than I'd like it to as well, but Moxley catching Roode there. Kicking him out, and now Moxley got the baseball bat that Roode brought into the match, and he throws it right in the face of the Glorious One. And now look at Moxley here. Big knees, big shots, busting Roode wide open, a crimson mask now in the Glorious One. As Bobby Roode won't like that view here. Big boot to the outside. Roode now hitting hard. And look at Moxley. Oh my, look at that. That slingshot corkscrew. But Roode getting out of the way of it. And now Roode going to send Mox back into the ring here. And now Chad Patton up on his feet. Going to get rid of that baseball bat here. Moxley, what a wicked line. Turning the glorious Bobby Roode inside out. And then picking him up here. This could do it for Moxley. Got him where he wants him. A gut style pile driver. Spiked him in the top of his head. That's got to do it. Moxley to go to Survivor Series. Scoring 2. Roode grabbing the bottom rope. Veteran instinct. Great ring awareness from the glorious Bobby Roode. The veteran competitor here on Raw. Jon Moxley is not happy. He can't put away the glorious one. Big kick there by Mox. Another one connecting, finding its mark. Roode now kick caught. And then Bobby Roode. Big spike DDT. Bobby Roode now waiting for him to get to his feet. Big overhand shot. Roode now grabbing him. Shoulders down here, Schoolboy. This is how he beat Sami Zayn in the quarterfinal stages of the King of the Ring tournament. Will he beat Mox with a so close yet no cigar? Moxley gets the shoulder up by Roode. I don't know where there. Right away. A big impactful spine buster. Spine on the pain. Leggett hook, shoulders down. Scoring 2. That's gotta go. Moxley again. Stays alive. Getting that shoulder off the canvas, and this one rolls on. Good luck following this one, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up tonight, later on, big main event for the United States Championship is still to come. Of course, the US title that Roode held at one point here in this series. He was the first champ, of course, and Moxley challenged for it. But there's the Death Rider, and Moxley could be going to Survivor Series here. Scoring 2 on Roode again, kicking out. Oh my God, how the hell is he staying in it there? Got dropped on his head with authority, and then Roode shoulders down here. Oh, Mox scoring 2. Kick out of the small package. The inside cradle almost getting the job done for the glorious Bobby Roode, but Moxley staying alive. And then the purveyor of violence with a big right hand and a big forearm, and then Moxley hitting second gear, maybe even third. This matchup been all over the place here on Raw, live in Michigan. Forearm there by Moxley. Very competitive contest as you see the talent of Team Raw want to represent their brand and want to do them proud at Survivor Series. Moxley hoists him up, X-Plex connecting, and for the cover, Leggett hook, shoulders down center of the ring. That's gotta be it. No way. Roode again, kicking out. Oh my Lord. What is it gonna take for Jon Moxley tonight, folks? And then Moxley gonna lock it in tight here. Got a dragon sleeper in on Roode. Raw official chat pattern looking in closely to see if Roode taps out. If he does, Moxley is heading the Survivor Series live in Houston, Texas to represent his brand of Monday Night Raw, of course. Moxley originally a part of the SmackDown brand. So Bobby Roode does not want an imposter to maybe take his spot on Team Raw. That's why he's going to get the win here tonight. Big form there by Roode off the arm wringer. Moxley with a big knee there. And Jon Moxley, big kick caught by Roode, kick to the hammy by the glorious one. Big kick now, and Roode gonna put him away in another glorious DDT. This time floating over. Here's the cover. Take on a Survivor Series, scoring 2. Getting the Moxley kicking out again. Oh my, both these men want to go to Survivor Series so badly, but neither are given an inch tonight. This is some crazy shit tonight live on Raw in Michigan. Roode though, waiting for Moxley to get to his feet. Not done, not by a long shot. Looking for it for the 3rd time. And it could be its charm. The glorious DDT center of the ring. Floats him over now, shooting the half leg. His hook, shoulders down. Scoring 2 and Bobby Roode. It's heading to Houston. Bobby Roode is going to Survivor Series, ladies and gentlemen, to team up with men that he's collided with in the past. Aleister Black, a man he holds a victory over, and a man who holds a victory over him as well. And of course the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, who Roode of course defeated back at SummerSlam. Great win for Roode here tonight. That celebration begins here in Michigan. Congratulations going out to the Bobby Roode. The glorious Bobby Roode rather. With a victory over Moxley tonight. Great effort for both men. Here live on Raw as this is still to come tonight and your main event. The United States Championship is on the line. The megastar LA Knight defends against the whole effing show. Mr. Monday Night himself, Rob Van Dam. That's your main event later on this evening, folks. But coming up next, who will be next to challenge the Street Profits ahead of Survivor Series for the World Tag Team Championships? Will it be the former champions FTR or the New Days, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods? We find out next live on the Raw. And here they are then, folks. FTR are here on the red brand, the former tag team champions, losing to the Street Profits. Of course, back at Night of Champions in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. But it is a new day, yes it is. FTR got a lot of work to do here tonight because taking them on as Xavier Woods and the man this past episode of WWE Dark on the Big 200 defeated Matt Hardy in the opening contest.
Accompanied by Big E
let's see if the New Day can get more wins here tonight. Kofi as well as Xavier Woods, who's still to pick up his first victory here in this Universe Mode series. And look at Kofi Kingston looking excited with them pancakes. Him and Woods now going to go at it. It's the number 1 contenders match for the World Tag Team titles, ladies and gentlemen. The winners will face the Street Profits on the Raw before Survivor Series for the Tag Team Championships. You don't want to miss that. Incredible encounter to say the least, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, Big E's shaking his hips, having his fun. Here live on Raw. Dancing around that damn ring. Big E, look at him go here. Ah, Lord. For the New Day, FTR, gonna be an awesome one here. First time ever exchange. The winners take on the Profits in 2 weeks. And of course, the Street Profits, they're currently the World Tag Team Champions. But regardless of who the Tag Team Champions are, after Survivor Series, they will face the WWE Tag Team Champions at Survivor Series. Or before Survivor Series. You know what I meant. But Kofi Kingston here, starting all attacks the X Harwood. Yes, folks, the Street Profits currently penciled in the face. The WWE Tag Team Champions, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly over on SmackDown, the Undisputed Era. But of course, if FTR or the New Day win this matchup and then go on to defeat the Street Profits on the Raw before Survivor Series, they will, of course, be the ones taking on the Undisputed Era. And Kofi Kingston now diving. Big springboard attack and a splash. Down goes Dax, cover here, scoring 2 already, and a kick out by Dax the Axe. FTR enjoyed a good run as the Tag Team Champions, won them back in the Backlash Premium Love event, losing them at Night of Champions in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Great reign for FTR. But right now they are taking it to Kofi Kingston, especially Dax making the tag now. Here comes Cash Wheeler, double team offense from the former champions. Looking to become 2-time champions, and a win over the New Day could be a good start to that trend. Here's the cover now from Cash. Legal man on Kofi, scoring 1 count only. Kick out, there's Chad Patton looking on in this contest this evening. You know, another big grapple there, got him here. Beautiful clothesline. And now taking out Xavier Woods. And look at Cash Wheeler enjoying his handiwork, admiring it here this evening. Live in Michigan. Royal Oak to be precise. The crowd on their feet for Kofi Kingston, who drops him with a big folding DDT. And now diving through the air. Beautiful springboard drop kick by Kofi. And Kingston now bringing the fight for the New Day. Looking for missing that there. The cannonball sent on off the bottom rope. Cash Wheeler out of bounds. And now Wheeler gonna make him pay here. Jawbreaker, however, from Kofi Kingston. And now Kofi grabbing Cash and hits him with the SOS. And for the cover, will the New Day be number 1 contender? 2 count kick out by Cash Wheeler. The New Day almost getting the win there. And now making the tag. Here comes Xavier Woods. Kofi Kingston done well to soften up one half of the former Tag Team Champions FTR. Let's not forget, of course, FTR representing FTR KO alongside Randy Orton. Orton here, really, he's not at ringside tonight, peculiar by his absence. Randy Orton not in attendance with FTR this evening. Of course, he lost his Survivor Series qualifying match for Team Raw last week in the main event, or 2 weeks ago rather. On Monday Night Raw against the Beast Brock Lesnar, making his return to action for the first time since SummerSlam. Since, of course, losing to Bobby Roode, and now he will be teaming with the glorious Bobby Roode alongside Mr. Money Bank Aleister Black. As well as one man to be named, and we'll find that one out on next week's episode of Monday Night Raw in the main event, as AJ Styles collides with Bray Wyatt. But now Xavier Woods legal with Dax Harwood in for the cover off the springboard. And a kick out by Dax. Heading to the outside now, looking to catch a breather. Big E right there as well. Now Xavier Woods gonna fly there! Nicely done by Woods. Slingshot crossbody taking out Dax the Axe on the floor. Here live on Raw. And we're gonna send him back in here. Xavier Woods springboard and a big splash to the lower back of Dax. Dax Harwood has not been looking good here in this contest. In for the cover, leg is hook shoulder down. Another 2 count. Kick out once again by one half of the former tag champs and one half of FTR. Oh, but look at that, Dax. Got Woods where he wants him here. Taking him down, sharpshooter position. In honor of his idol, Bret the Hitman Hart, as he bam! Curve stomps Woods face first to the mat. In for the cover now. This could do it like it's hook on a kick out immediately by Xavier Woods, and Dax is not happy about that one whatsoever. Dax Harwood now. Picking him up. Big shot. Oh, Woods, another one. Big shot now by Woods. And then Woods, another big left hand this time. Big shot by Xavier. Picking him up. Look at the strength here. But Woods and out dropping him. My lord, electric chair there. That wasn't electric chair. Gorilla press, rather. Excuse me. On the knees. Here's the cover on Dax and a very close neutral there. Another kick out. My days. Now here's the tag back in. Now comes Kofi Kingston. Feels like Dax the Axe Harwood might be on the verge of attack. But you really got to assume that Randy Orton is watching this contest as well very closely to see how his boys FTR are getting on and see if they can regain the tag team titles. They've even lost the Street Profits in the rematch. They get another opportunity tonight colliding with the New Day in 2 weeks' time here on Raw. And now Xavier Woods looking on as Kofi Kingston's in the sharpshooter. He's in trouble here. Down he goes, but Kofi able to escape. And Xavier Woods making the save as well, but look at that, Xavier Woods gets taken out now. And now Dax Harwood, no nice counter there. And now Kofi Kingston, big kick. Kingston now, looking to fly here. Biggie distracting. Dax Harwood as Kofi flies through the air. Kofi Kingston, a big crossbody. And here's the tag. And in comes Cash Wheeler. Kofi was letting it happen as he leg drops Dax Harwood. And now Cash Wheeler busts Kofi wide open. Kofi now bleeding in this contest. Cash Wheeler going out here to the apron and now flying off of the center off the apron. Taking out Kofi and crushing his ribs. And now we're going to send him back into the ring. Cash Wheeler, what's he got in mind here? Backing up Kofi Kingston. Wheeler now looking to do the same thing that Dax done to Woods. This time it's the roles reversed. Face first goes Kingston as the Street Profits going to be looking on to see who they will challenge next. Or who will challenge them next, rather. For the tag titles in 2 weeks' time. Scoring 2 on Kofi, who kicks out. Cash Wheeler stays in, at least for now, folks. And now, picking up Kingston here. Big shot blocked there by Kofi. Kofi now trouble in paradise. This is we won live on Dark. Here's the cover on Cash. Scoring 2 and breaking it up as Dax the Axe. Making the save there. That's exactly what he needed to do. And now Kofi went for a drop kick on Dax. Dax keeps blocking accidentally, taking out the official Chad Patton. And now Kofi with a drop kick on Dax Harwood. My lord. Tag made, in comes Xavier Woods. Back in comes Cash Wheeler as well. And now Wheeler with a big shot. Running shot on Xavier Woods. And now shoulders down here on Woods. But the official's down and he's been down for a long ass time. Woods able to kick out. My days, and now look at this big standoff as the official down and out here. Woods grabbing a big jawbreaker and a beautiful knee strike connecting. Tag made, back in comes Dax the Axe. And Dax can't get to him here. Big standoff, clothesline. Dax finally gets that big shot. Third time is the charm here in this one. Woods, nice block, kick to the leg there. On Dax the Axe Harwood, big right hand by Woods. Looking at this first one in the series and propel New Day to bigger heights here in this series. Tag made, here comes Kofi Kingston, double team offense here. Dax could be out midnight over from the New Day. He could be the one here for Kofi and Woods. Kofi covers and Cash makes the save. FTR could have been on the receiving end of a loss there. Tag again, back in as Woods. Frequent tags, the New Day really working out, really gelling together. I believe this is maybe the first time that Kofi and Woods have been the team. Not Big E and Kofi or Big E and Woods. This time it is Kofi and Woods as Dax is taking out both of them here. Woods sent to the outside. And now look at this. Dax the Axe dropping Kingston in the hardest part of the ring. Back suplex right on the apron. And now Woods and Dax both back in. Big shot blocked and thrown on by Dax the Axe Harwood. Wood, however, picking him up here. And Xavier dropping him again for the second time in the matchup. On the knees, but wait a minute. Dax able to counter. Shoulders down here. Scoring 2, kick out. Oh man. Almost getting the one on Woods. And now Dax Harwood. Irish whip on Woods. Looking to turn this one around. Tag made, in comes Cash Wheeler. This could be the 3 here. that FTR really need. There's the shatter machine. Here's the cover. Leg is hooked, shoulders down. This could do it here. Scoring 2. And oh, Kofi Kingston at last possible second making a save. Kofi Kingston doing it for the New Day. And now going to send him back in. Tag mates. Now it's Dax the Axe. Now the second straight time. Another shatter machine. And now here's the cover. Leg is hooked, shoulders down here. Dax covers 1, scoring 2. Kofi Kingston this time. Not making a save, not able to be there. FTR once again get another shot of the Street Profits. And if I'm the Profits, if I'm Dawkins, if I'm Ford, I've got to be absolutely pissed. I've got to be annoyed that I'm facing these two once again for the tag team titles. But hey, beat them for a third time, make them really go away. That's 2 weeks' time, folks, for the tag titles. Profits and FTR locked in. Big win here for the former champs. Can they get the titles back? We will find out in 2 weeks' time, right here live on Monday Night Raw. And a great matchup here live from Michigan, here on the Red Brand this evening on Universe Mode episode 201. But coming up next, folks, let's find out who will be a part of Team Raw on the women's side. This is to see who will get the first spot as the captain, per se. It's Bayley versus Kairi Sane next, live on the Red Brand. This is an interesting one, folks, because on a technicality, the former Women's World Champion Becky Lynch has been added already to Team Raw for the women's side at Survivor Series as the team captain. But she will be facing Zelina Vega next week on Raw, and if Vega beats her, she will take her spot.
Making her way to the ring from San Jose, California, Bayley.
But speaking of a woman who defeated Zelina Vega not too long ago in an episode of WWE Dark, it's Bayley returning on weekly TV here live on Raw. She takes on Kairi Sane here next live on the Red Brand here in Michigan to see who will join the man Becky Lynch or Zelina Vega at Survivor Series. So back live here tonight on Monday Night Raw. Kairi Sane now making her way to the ring as we see who will be a part of Team Raw, joining the man Becky Lynch on the Red Brand against, of course, Dakota Kai, the only woman so far who has qualified to be a part of Team SmackDown. And it was a surprising one at that. Big upset win for Dakota Kai, getting the victory over a very game Nia Jax. Dakota Kai with the biggest win of her career, really taking shape, a former NXT superstar, much like Kairi Sane. Both women brought on to each show after SummerSlam because of the transfer window and superstar shakeup. Kairi Sane and Bayley here for the first time ever. Let's not forget Kairi Sane's clash with Asuka in one-on-one competition. Of course, Kairi Sane losing to Alexa Bliss the week before. Bliss got the victory against Becky Lynch at King of the Ring live in Miami to become the new Women's World Champion. But right now it's not about that title, it's about representing your brand. And there will be a big result as well for Team Raw at Survivor Series as well. The winning team, of course, will get the number 30 spot in the Rumble. So that will be very awesome to say the least. That's the biggest. That's the winner in total, not just the match. The winner of Survivor Series in total. But right now, Bayley and Sane going on. Of course, we're going to have a dual-branded Battle Royal. Co-branded Battle Royal. 4 Raw stars, 4 SmackDown stars. If a Raw star wins, they get a US title shot on the Raw after Survivor Series. If a SmackDown star wins, they get an IC title shot on the SmackDown after Survivor Series. It's all to play for. And that's a lot on the line. It's Kairi Sane taking it to Bayley in the corner. Beautiful running drop kick to a seated Bayley. And now bigging her up to her feet. The role model here in trouble. Fireman Kairi takeover though. Bayley there. Bayley, of course, has challenged for the Women's World title on several occasions, losing out to Sasha Banks very early on here in this series in a couple of matches for the championship. I believe she's had 2 or 3 matches for the Women's World title already here in this series. Looking to make it even more, and Bayley taking it to Sane here, and look at a fly, but completely missing the mark. Overshooting it there on Kairi Sane. Bayley, big shot, however. Beautiful stomping her out of the corner again. Looking for it again, but Kairi Sane this time getting to her feet. And now Kairi Sane looking to fly. Taking Bayley off. And then Bayley, there you go. Bayley not feeling herself tonight. Kairi Sane taking her down with a wheelbarrow bulldog off the springboard. Knife is chopped twice there again. And Bayley kicking her right in the midsection. Bayley now out of the corner this time and connecting on Sane. Nice crossbody. Here's the cover now from Bayley to go to Survivor Series to join Becky Lynch or Vega. We find that out next week. That will be a big, heavy contest. Coming up next week as well, folks, on Monday Night Raw. And now Kairi, beautiful forearm on Bayley. And if you're enjoying this WWE 2K24 Universe mode, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you leave a like for me. Make sure you subscribe with the notification bell turned on so you don't miss any more of this incredible action here in this Universe mode as well, ladies and gentlemen. And let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. You have the free will to do so. And I'm always open to hearing constructive criticism. So if there's anything you feel like I can improve on in this series, please do let me know down there, folks. I can always work on that. It will be very handy and it will help us improve as a channel, as a community, and me as a person. Alright, now we get back to the action at hand. Bayley taking the fight to Kairi Sane, getting out of that half crab and now heading to the top rope. Sane in the drop zone, getting to her feet, however, but got her right in the back. Elbow dropped by Bayley. This could be it here. Bayley got a Survivor Series, scoring 2. Kick out by Kairi. And a very powerful kick out of that by the Pirate Princess. Staying alive off the attack from Bayley. And a big knee there by Kairi Sane, runs in. Oh, Bayley, what's she looking for here? Another knife edge chop once again. And a spear! Out of nowhere by Kairi. Bayley doesn't know where she is. She's on Dream Street. Top rope now. Insane elbow. Will Kairi Sane do it? Is she going to elbow her way to Survivor Series 2? Count kick out by Bayley. The veteran getting the shoulder up, and this has been a good one tonight. A great tussle over brand supremacy. It's Kairi Sane coming up short again. With that moonsault, but out going into this corner this time. A beautiful tornado DDT. Dropping Bayley in her head. My days, the crowd loving that one here in it live in Royal Oak, Michigan. It could be a 3. Bayley very lethargically getting the shoulder up at 2.999. Very lazy kick out there, very weak from Bayley. She might not be 100%, but it still could get the victory. Here she plants her face first. Rose plant by Bayley. Hooking the leg of Sane, go to Survivor Series. Scoring 2, and now it's Kairi who kicks out. My days, what a matchup tonight. Live on Raw, your penultimate contest of the evening. 1-on-1, the winner will be a part of Team Raw in the 4-on-4 traditional Survivor Series elimination match, pitting Raw versus SmackDown representing Raw at Survivor Series. Bayley looking to fly, but now wasting her time and just showing out. Telling you don't need a fly, cause I know I'm better than you and I don't fly. But Kairi Sane now, wisely pulling Bayley's leg out from the ring, and I'm going to work on the knee on the outside. Big shots by Sane, now back into the ring now as the Pirate Princess. Could get a counter victory here perhaps as Chad Patton counts the 2. But wait a minute, Kairi Sane, a robust assisted tope on Halo right in front of us here at ringside. Kairi Sane throwing caution to the wind tonight. We're going to be a part of Team Raw. She might have been a part of Team NXT at the start of the series, but now she's a Raw superstar and wants to do her brand proud and show GM Mick Foley why he was right to choose her to join Monday Night Raw. Bayley now going to send Kairi Sane back into the ring, into the top rope now as the role model. Sane getting to her feet. Bayley looking to fly, missing it there. And now Kairi Sane moving out of the way of the double axe handle. And now rolling up Bayley here. Look at this, round and round they go. Crucifix pin here. Bayley's trapped here. Kairi Sane for the victory. Kicked out by Bayley. Very close there, almost got her. Big kick there again. And a kick there again by Bayley. Back and forth these two women go. All to be a part of Survivor Series. There it is. Bayley to Bayley. Center of the ring. That's going to do it. Cover here. Scoring 2. Bayley. No. Kick out again by Sane. Unbelievable scenes tonight. Live on Monday Night Raw from Royal Oak, Michigan. And Bayley now attacking the official. Come on. What is up with you idiots? Attacking the referee. And why is there always no repercussions? Oh, but there's a repercussion for Bayley. The poison missed by Kairi Sane to the face. And then heading to the top rope. Big time splash by Sane. Kairi now closing in on the win, but the officials down. Big stomp and Sane locking in the anchor. Submission on Bayley. The anchor locked in tight. Bayley's tapping out. Sane got the official win. The official submission, but the referee is down. No one there to call it. Sane had basically just won, and now the referee is upright. Kairi Sane is absolutely pissed now. Cannot pull away Bayley. She basically already did it, and Bayley moving out the way of the elbow. And not like this now. Bayley with some other cheese. Shoulders down. Not like this. They're going to Survivor Series scoring too. Kairi still on it. Oh my days. Now Bayley again. Look at her flying, completely missing again. What the hell are you doing, Bayley? Why are you even trying? Look at this. Kairi, beautiful knee. Perfectly placed right in the top of the head of Bayley. And now stomping away at the legs. And now Bayley, oh, big kick there. Right to the midsection, turns her around, kick to the knee, Bayley now, Rose plant again, here's the cover, this could do it, leg is hooked, shoulders down, scoring two, Bayley's got a Survivor Series. Oh man, Kairi basically won that thing. My God, you can't help but feel bad for Kairi Sane, but nonetheless, Bayley victorious tonight and she will be a part of Team Raw, going forward at Survivor Series in the 4-on-4 traditional Elimination Raw versus SmackDown matchup. Bayley will now join the man Becky Lynch, the former Women's World Champion, or Zelina Vega, depending on the result of next week's contest, as well as another qualifying match coming up next week as well, folks. But congratulations going out to Bayley. Big one here live on Monday Night Raw, because it's now time, ladies and gentlemen, for your main event of the evening for the United States Championship as the megastar LA Knight puts the gold on the line against Rob Van Dam.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE United States Championship.
Here we go, folks. Big fight feel in the main event of the evening. United States Championship up for grabs. Here in this one, here comes the challenger, the whole effing show, Rob Van Dam. Looking to claim gold for the first time here in this series as he is now a full-time superstar on the Monday Night Raw roster. RVD, ladies and gentlemen, initially a part of SmackDown as just a part-time performer, now he's here very often than not, and Van Dam looks to win the United States Championship here tonight, live in Michigan. Of course, let's not forget he is from Battle Creek, Michigan, the hometown boy. Looking at the US title here tonight, he gets a thunderous ovation here live from the crowd in Royal Oak, Michigan. Van Dam, can he get the win tonight? We will find out as US champion, the megastar LA Knight, putting it on the line tonight. Let's not forget LA Knight been an incredible champion his first night on the scene here on Raw, winning the US title, and he is not very happy that he was not a part of King of the Ring Premium Live event. He did not defend his championship on that PLE, and GM Mick Foley is making an upturn tonight by giving him a main event United States Championship title defense against a hometown boy in Rob Van Dam. And if I'm LA Knight, I goddamn love that idea. But here he comes, the United States Champion, the megastar, the former NXT North American Champion as well, the inaugural at that. It's LA Knight. Yeah. LA Knight is currently enjoying a United States Championship reign, which has lasted 104 days. And he has had some incredible defenses as well, while being champion, to say the least, folks. 6 successful defenses, walking into his 7th tonight in enemy territory, but this crowd still on their feet for the megastar, as they always are. Yeah. LA Knight with 6 defenses has defeated the likes of former champion Bray Wyatt in his rematch, Jon Moxley, Buddy Matthews, Tommaso Ciampa, and Gargano in a triple threat match, and then of course defeating Shinsuke Nakamura more recently with that championship on the line, but it's back on the line for the 7th time tonight for the megastar in his 104-day reign as champ. Can he do it? We find out. Is that right there? Beautiful, prestigious, and coveted United States Championship of Monday Night Raw is on the line. Let's waste no more time and head to the ringside with the official ring introductions from Mike Rome.
From Battle Creek, Michigan, weighing in at 235 pounds, Rob Van Dam. And his opponent, from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 241 pounds, the WWE United States Champion, LA Knight.
This is going to be a good one, folks. Both men looking ready for this championship contest to be underway. Your main event of the evening, Marcus Dawkins, the official for this matchup, the brother of one half of the World Tag Team Champions, Angelo Dawkins of the Street Profits, assigning the duties for your main event this evening, holding up that championship, letting the hometown boy get a look at it before he could potentially walk out the new champion here tonight. Here we go, folks. Big fight, feel the crowd on their feet. They've been rowdy all night, so have I. Ready for this contest in the main event. Referee now ringing the bell, match up underway. Van Dam and LA Knight in Van Dam's hometown. Van Dam has only picked up one victory here in this Universe Mode series, and that was in a tag team action on an episode of WWE Darkest, and Matt Hardy took down Bubba Ray and T-Von, the Dudley Boys, a team they know very, very well. But it was LA Knight, big shot there, countered by Van Dam, a drop kick, down goes LA Knight. And now Van Dam springboards out a beautiful kick. Down goes Knight again in a moonsault. Covered by RVD, Legacy hook kick out. At one by the champion here in this US title contest. Live in the main event on Monday Night Raw. Van Dam looking good in the opening stages. And a big dive to the outside. Beautifully executed by Van Dam. Taking him out, going for broke is the whole weapon. Showing well again, but this time comes up short. LA Knight out of bounds that time. Big shot blocked there by Van Dam. Van Dam. A fetch shot, picking him up. What is this here on the outside and dropping LA Knight face first on the floor. Van Dam looking good now as this US Championship matchup is truly kicked off. And the main event live in Royal Oak, Michigan. Van Dam's home state. And now Van Dam trying to grab Knight on the outside. Knight having his fun with the crowd this evening. But that time Van Dam taking out the Mega Star. Slingshot crossbody to the floor by the challenger. And you can't win the championship by disqualification or count now. You can only become the new champ via pinfall or submission. And that's what Van Dam's going to have to do to beat the Mega Star. And his 7th defense as champ. Van Dam taking him out, big knee rolling out the way though as the Mega Star. Knight, no big boot connecting by LA Knight. And they're going to drop Van Dam down on his head. And a big knee as the champ now is taking over in this contest. Now listen to that crowd go even in Van Dam's home state of Michigan. Knight trying to slow down the pace in this matchup here live on Raw. Thank you for joining us this evening on Raw. Don't miss it next week as well, folks. There's 2 matches we already know taking place. Bray Wyatt, AJ Styles, the final men's qualifying match for Team Raw at Survivor Series to join Brock Lesnar, Bobby Roode and Mr. Money in the Bank, Aleister Black. They're going to be a top tier team to say the least. LA Knight in for the cover, looking to retain his US title against RVD. Scoring 2 kick out by the whole effing show here on this Monday night. That's Mr. Monday Night. It's staying alive. And look at that there. Beautiful 1 key flip connecting. Nicely done by Van Dam. Also coming up next week on Raw. Becky Lynch, Zelina Vega. If Vega wins, she takes Becky's spot in the Team Raw matchup at Survivor Series as team captain is LA Knight. There got his knee up from Rolling Thunder. He'll reverse that maneuver as he takes out Van Dam with a spinning side slam there. LA Knight having his fun live on Monday Night Raw. Taking the fight to Van Dam in this US title contest. Big overhand shot now by LA Knight. What's the Mega Star looking to do in your main event here this evening? Knight now, beautiful vertical leap every time he does it. It just looks even more beautiful. And a superplex by the champion connects. And for the cover of his Knight. Looking to retain the gold here in this main event. To crush the hopes and dreams of the hometown boys. Scoring 2, kick out by Van Dam. My lord, now Van Dam trying to roll out to the floor, trying to catch a breather. But you're not going to need a breather from the action. You will here if next week's show is happening right after this, but you'll need it because next week's going to be as awesome as this week, because also going down as well as Bray Wyatt versus AJ Styles, and of course Becky Lynch versus Zelina Vega. Asuka and Trish Stratus will also collide one-on-one for the first time ever in a Survivor Series qualifying match. But look at Van Dam here, look at his signature offense on the floor. RVD says the crowd is Van Dam is throwing caution to the win tonight. Big time guillotine leg drop on the barricade. That's vintage RVD in this US title clash tonight. Van Dam now sending them back in. Over the top clothesline by RVD now. Down goes Knight, back up he comes though. Now what's Van Dam looking for now? Once again we saw this on the outside, we'll see it on the inside. Face first goes Knight, shoots the half now, hook in the leg, shoulders down for the title kick out immediately. After all that, by LA Knight, my days. And there you go folks, there's 3 matches announced for next week live on Monday Night Raw. You don't want to miss it. It's going down here next week folks, and of course Samoa Joe as well, our world champion of the Red Brand, will be in action. He takes on the King of Strong Steel, Shinsuke Nakamura, all that and so much more next week live on Raw. Don't miss it, make sure you're there folks. It's going to be an awesome night of action. As well as this one, Van Dam in the corner, big kicks on LA Knight. 2-1's connecting and now gonna set Knight up on the tippy top rope. Van Dam got him where he wants him here. Trying to get the victory with it. It's necessary here in his home state. Superplex off the top of Knight, rolling it to the ropes here. I thought he was going to go the apron and then Van Dam running and full attack there. My God. Big running crossbody by the ropes now on the outside. Both these men are going at it. Big spinning heel kick by Van Dam. And this US title clash, knee there right in the temple though by Knight. Great separation on the floor. Another BFT on the outside by LA Knight. And now he looks to get back in the ring to win this one by count out here. Out of nowhere, Knight caught him with a BFT on the floor. And now Knight looking to beat Van Dam by count out in Van Dam's home state of Michigan. Count of 6 here. Van Dam is now stirring. Getting to his feet. Back into the ring, here is RVD. And then Van Dam shoulders down. Leg scissor roll up. Scoring 1 here. 2 count kick out by the US champion Knight. Big kick though by Van Dam. And then off the ropes. Fatal looking to get it. This time. Connects with Rolling Thunder. Rolling Thunder by Van Dam. Can he do it in his home state? Leaps up to the top. RVD now. 5-star frog splash. Here's the cover leg. His hook shoulders down. Scores 2. Kick out by Knight. My days, Van Dam looking at end LA Knight's 140 reign as US champion. And he could do it after that. Nice moonsault out of the corner. Springboard style 2 count once again. Another kick out by the Megastar in your main event. What a main event it has truly been as well, folks. Knight runs in. Big boot though. Right back to his feet on Rob Van Dam. And now what's Knight going to have to cook up here as he's taking the boots to RVD. As the crowd chant, yeah, yeah, yeah. And this awesome encounter to wrap it up here live on Monday Night Raw. LA Knight now looking for the Megastar elbows. I like to call it the elbow drop. Beautiful elbow to the heart of Van Dam. Not beautiful if your name is RVD, however. Scoring 2 off that. Will be enough kick there again by Rob Van Dam. This US title main event rolls on here live in Michigan. And Royal Oak to be precise. Van Dam's home state. Looking to do his fans proud and walk out the new United States champion who this evening get his first singles win here in this series, and he takes it to the Megastar. 2 big clotheslines and a thrust kick, and now it's Van Dam lighting up the Megastar here in your main event. Taking him into the corner. Van Dam looking to become the new United States champion. This could be his moment here tonight. Here goes RVD. Split leg, moonsault, cover leg hook, shoulders down, scoring 2, and a kick out by Knight again. So close once again, folks. Now crowd loving every second of this one. Chatting along with RVD. Some of them in the favour of LA Knight. Very split crowd tonight. I believe they just like both of these men. But look at this back and forth action here in this one. Big right hand from Knight. Spins him round. BFT drops him in his head. That's going to do it. Here's the cover. Knight to retain. Leg is hook, shoulders down. Scoring 2. Van Dam kicking out. Oh my. RVD stays in it, ladies and gentlemen. His hometown fever is kicking in. That's what wants to make him retain the gold tonight. But they trying to wear him down. Trying to soften up the whole effing show. Here on Monday night, as Mr. Monday Night in trouble. Camel clutch by Knight cinched in. Referee there, Marcus Dawkins. The brother of Angelo Dawkins looking on to see if Van Dam taps and if Knight retains the gold. But Van Dam now getting out of it. Face first goes the Megastar. Down he goes to the mat here. My days, now big shot there connecting. Van Dam now, got him there, and beautifully done. connecting down with a pile driver. Here's the cover, leg is hooked, shoulders down, scoring 2, kick out by LA Knight. Great resiliency for the champion here in this one. What a contest in your main event for the US title. Big kick by Van Dam. LA Knight throws a big shot of his own. And a RBD smacking him right in the face. And now it's LA Knight, no block by Van Dam. In this US title class in your main event. Both men egging each other on as they're trading blows, going back and forth, shot for shot tonight. Here live in Michigan, the challenger's hometown, against the champion LA Knight. The crowd been rowdy all night. What a way to close off this show on Monday Night Raw. And now back and forth again. You can see the fatigue kicking in for both of these superstars in this championship exchange. Now here they go, big time hockey fight, live in colour. Big shots into his LA Knight, who gets the upper hand. We're back live tonight from Royal Oak, Michigan, as this one rolls on. US title matchup between the champion LA Knight and the home state man himself, Rob Van Dam, but he could be out here for a second time. Knight connects with a elbow drop right to the heart of Van Dam. Here's the cover, like his hook, shoulders down, scoring 2 once again. Another kick out by Van Dam. The energy of his home state here tonight must be fueling him to keep going. And now Van Dam, shoulders down here, victory roll to get the victory. New champion, new kick out by Knight once again. Very close call in your main event. Looking for a second pile driver here though. As RBD, he got him. He connected. Got him, dropped him right at the top of his head. Center of the ring. Nowhere for the champ to go. Scores 2 and he kicks out. My God, are you kidding me? What an incredible, resilient champion. 2 pile drivers. Got dropped in his head twice and he's still going. And now it's LA Knight. Shoulders down inside. Great on a kick out by Van Dam now. An incredible match tonight. What a contest here this evening for the US title. Is Van Dam missing the kick. LA Knight, big kick of his own. And there's the BFT. Knight got him, one arm draped over the challenger. Shoulders down, that'll do it. Scoring 2 and again. Van Dam still in it. What the hell is it going to take to put either of these men down to finish this contest? What a match here in your main event. LA Knight waiting for Van Dam to get to his feet. Another big right hand and one fatal BFT. The 4th of the match. That's gotta be it. Here's the cutter, like his hook, shoulders down, scoring 2 and that'll do it. LA Knight retains the United States Championship and nothing but a competitive main event. Here live on the Red Brand from Royal Oak, Michigan. What a match. Great effort from the home state competitor Rob Van Dam himself. But at the end of the day, LA Knight proving to be too good. And there's his 7th successful defense as the United States Champion. Congratulations. Going out tonight. Great matchup. Great effort from RBD here on Raw.
WWE United States Champion, LA Knight.
Well, that's all we have time for, ladies and gentlemen, here live on Raw. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow night for another great installment of NXT. Don't miss it. We'll see you then. Peace.